Let's talk about how to stop comparing yourself to others. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I am empowered, I'm inspired, and I'm motivated to make this video. I'm Tara Vahab, I'm an artist, and on this channel I share contents relating to living a healthy and successful creative lifestyle. That includes how to improve your mental, emotional, and physical health, art career management, as well as tutorials and sometimes reviews. My ultimate goal is to create more and also to empower individuals like you to create. Theodore Roosevelt once said, "Comparison is the thief of joy." So, if you're losing your motivation every once in a while because you're comparing yourself to others, let's talk about how we can change this habit. We are comparing ourselves all the time. Perhaps we are the only creatures who do that. I mean, like, birds don't compare themselves to other birds or even other animals, but we as human beings compare ourselves pretty much to everything and everyone. And sometimes it does motivate us to accomplish some goals, but may eventually cause us to lose our motivation altogether. And we are doing this often unconsciously, whether it started from our parents comparing us to our siblings or our friends, or we started doing this ourselves. Once you're aware of it, you want to do something about it. I like to look at everything from 3 different perspectives. The perspective of my heart, the perspective of my mind, and the perspective of my body. Or in other words, how do I feel about it, what do I think about it, and what do I do about it? But before taking any actions, it is important to identify what thoughts and feelings are attached to our behaviors. And always go back to your why. Ask yourself, why am I comparing myself? Our reasons connect us to our beliefs, and we often compare ourselves because we believe there are specific standards to be maintained in order to be or viewed or perceived in a particular way. And these standards of success, love, or money can be according to you, to the culture of the society that you are living in, or the people that you either admire or despise. And somehow you're following all of them. You may think someone you admire is way better than you, which also means you're not good enough. Or you may think you're way better than someone you don't approve of, and your mind's interpretation is that you deserve way more. If that's the case, comparing yourself to others can also stem from a sense of jealousy and insecurity. You don't choose to feel this way, but it's discomforting. Jealousy is often caused when we are feeling unfairness or some sort of superiority without our approval. For example, you don't agree someone you know of deserves to receive a kind of recognition they received in their career or being in a relationship with a particular person. Maybe because deep down you feel you deserve more, if not the same recognition, but since you didn't receive anything at all, or at least the same treatment, hence you're not good enough, or this system is just unfair. It is a self-confidence issue. Otherwise, why should we view someone else's achievement as our standards? And if you're questioning the fairness of the system you're in, ask yourself if you had any achievements in the past at all. And yes, unfairness exists, but that should not stop you from development or following your goals and building your own standards. In order for you to stop comparing yourself, it is important to realize that the way you're experiencing your life and every moment of it based on your history is unique to you. Unless you're believing otherwise, which again puts you back into comparing yourself and the toxic competition mode. Find out if your why has manifested itself in your thoughts and actions. Identify what actions are you taking or have you taken in the past that were caused by your thoughts of comparing yourself or purely out of jealousy. For example, some people who are too ambitious are constantly looking for improvements in order to prove themselves to the world. Constantly looking for finding out who's better. Are they ranking in top 1 to 10? Are they the best one yet? Being competitive or wanting to grow is healthy, but not if all of these improvements are fueled by constant need for approval and admiration, or motivated by jealousy instead of pure passion for the purpose and journey. Meanwhile, if you're successful and happy with your achievements, others may not be so happy with your success and they might be jealous of you. Obviously, because they are comparing themselves to you. Jealousy can be cute if it is used in small dosages and for fun, but generally all around it's a very destructive emotion and can carry negative consequences, and history proves that to be true. We can also be at the other end of the spectrum, being like not so very ambitious people. Those people who are thinking, well, I'm never gonna be as successful as X, Y, and Z, or I've never been given the kind of opportunities other people in my place were given. I never had a wealthy family, I never had this kind of support. Their self-talk leads to nobody ever gives me any chances, and the world is just against me. And they start developing this victim mentality and become overly pessimistic. And eventually they start believing that, well, why do I even bother? I may as well just quit. Being at both extreme ends is unhealthy and toxic, as it keeps you unfulfilled, unsatisfied, and unworthy. The truth is, the more you question yourself and the deeper you get with your why and reasons, you find out that your goals, dreams, mission, visions, and purpose are specific to you, and nobody can steal that from you. Then they will be copying you. And instead of comparing yourself, you start looking for ways connecting yourself. I question my motives regularly, and I always come to the conclusion that I don't want the things that everybody else wants, or at least not in the same exact shape, form, or way. And I can see that through the way my decisions and actions have shaped my life. Here's an exercise you can do to stop comparing yourself. Take your time reflecting. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. You cannot compare your chapter 4 with someone's chapter 20. Be honest and fair with yourself. Start writing in as much detail as possible what your goals, dreams, and visions are. Review what have you accomplished so far and what are you doing to stay committed to your endeavors. Here are the things to think about and keeping in mind. Number 1. Remind yourself that life is going on, with or without your approval. You only live once, so you better spending this life doing something that you enjoy and appreciate. Number 2. Remind yourself that you deserve to feel joy, and not the discomforting feelings of jealousy or resenting yourself for how your life is or how your situation is, or if you're not feeling satisfied and happy. So there is no point in wasting your time and energy judging who deserves what or not. And time, history has proved that only the most resilient ones last. You cannot have resilience if you cannot find at least some joy in your life. Number 3, remind and promise yourself that you do everything in your power to achieve success, by acknowledging the importance of each small step and cherishing each small success. You are not too old or too young to achieve whatever you have in your mind. Do not easily dismiss your thoughts. There is a reason why you have them. Number 4, remind yourself that you surrender uncertainty and embrace the situations you have little or no power over. And do not let the thoughts of comparison and jealousy to distract you from your path. Number 5, every time you feel motivated, review both your past success and past mistakes. Thank yourself for any success you had, no matter how small, and forgive yourself for any mistake you've had, no matter how big. And ask yourself, what have I learned from these experiences? Speaking from my own personal experience, dealing with chronic health issues for several years, I started to really appreciate having energy, the vitality, and the motivation to do anything at all, yet alone being or feeling successful about it. I think we often abuse the gift of life by wasting time and energy or remaining indecisive or doubtful. It is so important that somebody appreciates you, and that has to start with you. You have to be your own best friend, because you're the only one who knows how much effort you're putting into anything that you do. So be grateful for everything that you have, even your problems, and start creating opportunities for yourself instead of waiting for finding opportunities. This exercise helps you to boost your confidence and self-esteem. Also helps you to remain focused. In every stage of our life, we may compare ourselves differently. However, if we know how to free ourselves, the victory is always ours. It is healthy and sometimes constructive to compare yourself to those you admire, because clearly you find a common value that you are both standing for. However, comparison limits you to what you're comparing yourself to, and you don't want to put any cap on your achievements, because you are limitless and so much more than what you are aware of. But because you're so consumed by keeping up with all sorts of standards that you never even had the chance to be your greatest yet. So it would benefit you a lot if you regularly clear your mind from all these competitions and create space for your growth. Yes, you need to meditate on it. If you spend less time and energy comparing yourself, you can use that resource to build and develop yourself instead of wondering who has what and why. And just a thought, keep in mind that whoever you're admiring and comparing yourself to is also comparing themselves to someone they admire and are jealous of. It's just a human nature. We like measuring and giving ourselves a number, a mark. I currently have only 42 subscribers on this channel, and I think my videos deserve way more views and likes, and this channel deserves way more subscribers. But oh well, I guess I just have to do the work. And life is the most difficult exam. Many people fail because they try copying others, not realizing that everyone has a different question paper. So if we would put our attention on mastering ourselves and finding the answers to our own questions, then I personally believe we all have a lot more to give than we would like to admit. Anyways, I hope you found this video helpful for you to stop comparing yourself to others. Let me know in the comments below what strategies are you using to stop comparing yourself, or if there are any topics you wish me to cover. If you like this video, please hit the like button, which helps me to reach out to more people, and hit the bell if you want to get notified every time I post a new video. Thank you so very much for supporting this channel and watching my videos.